Well, several opinions have emerged regarding a no-ball bowled by Suraj Randeep in yesterday's tri-series encounter played between Sri Lanka and India that cost Indian batsman Virendra Sehwag a century. In an official communique, Sri Lanka Cricket stated that an immediate investigation will be carried out regarding the incident. However, quoting the team manager of the Indian cricket team, Reuters reported that Sri Lanka Cricket had made an apology from the Indian cricket team regarding the incident.
India only required one run to defeat Sri Lanka by 6 wickets in 35th over in the third match of the tri-series one-day international cricket tournament yesterday. Waiting to hit the winning runs was Virendra Sehwag, who was on 99, and he hit a 6 to seal the win for India and record another one-day international century. However, the umpire signalled that it was not a legal delivery and called it a no-ball, which cost Sehwag his century. But India awarded the 6-wicket win over Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka Cricket responded to this incident through a communique today. It states that the team manager of the Sri Lankan cricket team will lead an investigation into the incident. Here are some of the views expressed regarding the incident.
Yeah, what happened the other day was really disappointing. Sri Lankan cricketers have always played in the right spirit of the game, and what happened the other day to deny Virendra Sehwag the 100 was not certainly in the spirit of the game. I think the Sri Lankan cricket board have to look into the matter very seriously and take appropriate actions to ensure that these type of actions are not tolerated anymore, and to make sure that the spirit of the game is maintained and the reputation of the country and the cricket team is always maintained in high standards.
Well, the no ball bowled by Randeep could have been an accident. I mean, in the heat of the battle, you can always bowl a no ball. For instance, he did that in the previous game, or he bowled a couple of no balls. Maybe Sehwag was angry that he was deprived of a 100, but it could well have been a mistake, a genuine error on the part of Randeep. But whatever happened, we should not have any problem with the Indian board because we have maintained a very good relationship with them. So it is up to, if there are any problems, the cricket board, I'm sure there are enough sensible people there to ensure that no problem arises from that scope. But I think it is just that emotionally upset about the whole thing. And I don't think a cricketer would do a thing like that.
But if it was done purposely as alleged, then I'm not only surprised but very disappointed as well. A bowler can bowl a no ball, but in these circumstances, it is certainly against the spirit of the game. It was not long ago that Sri Lanka were voted the most popular and well-behaved side in the world 2 years running. With that, they played some excellent cricket as well, as envisaged in the 2007 World Cup. If those standards are falling, then it's a matter for regret.
There was nothing wrong with Randeep, even though many say there is. It is not fair to commit an act like that. However, you cannot do something like this on purpose.
Well, that's it from Sports First tonight. It's over to you, Shamir.
Thank you very much, Gayatri, for that update indeed. Before wrapping up the news, taking a look at parliamentary proceedings tonight. The Civil Procedure Code Amendment Bill was tabled in Parliament today. The bill proposed that the fees charged to file a property case be increased up to 1 million rupees or more from the current 500,000 rupee mark.
The law needs to be practical for justice to be done. The legal system needs to be changed, taking into consideration the society and the economic standing in society. If a criminal case is not resolved in a fair manner, those concerned will get fed up of the case. Once a law is passed, it is not implemented. Such an incident was reported recently. In July last year, we approved the Chief of Defence Staff Act No. 35. We passed it in accordance with the Constitution. The Chief of Defence Staff was entitled to all the basic rights in the Constitution. We also approved Military Regulations No. 13 in 1979. When we passed it, they said there were no political rights, but that too was passed in line with the Constitution. They said he cannot contest while being in the army, but if permission is granted, he can leave the army and contest. There have been many such instances in both parties. If someone comes and asks you to contest, it is not a crime. If that is the case, we won't be able to ask any questions about the security forces in Parliament. Even our rights will be violated.
Bring all the proceedings of the court martial.
Mr. Speaker, at this moment, there is no substantive motion of any kind before the House. Nevertheless, there was an attack on the body in question, the court martial. Now, if the honourable leader of the opposition is correct, then Standing Order 78 would have stopped with the word judges. It would not have gone on to use the next phrase. Now, the next phrase must have some meaning. No, the next phrase must have some meaning. It cannot be a set of words which adds nothing to the content of the standing order. Now, there are institutions administering justice in this country that do not come within the purview of judges. It is abundantly clear on the face of Standing Order 78 that those tribunals are also brought within the ambit of protection conferred by Standing Order 78. And there is a good and sufficient reason of policy why that has been done. All I am saying is, let us respect the law. Let us
The pension is not something brought from home. It is something earned after continuously serving the army for 40 years, by serving the nation and by defeating separatist terrorism. It is not a gift, it is something that is earned.
I referred that matter to Honourable Speaker to take this action.
Following a heated argument that arose, the House was adjourned for 5 minutes. Subsequently, Parliament reconvened with Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa taking the head table. A debate arose yet again when views were exchanged on the manner in which Parliament was adjourned by the Deputy Chairman of committees.
House, I am going to adjourn to 5 minutes.
A moment ago, the chairman seated on that chair walked away all of a sudden without doing anything. Just as he said this, he ran away. There is no point in talking about this. The deputy chairman of the subcommittee said that proceedings will be suspended for 5 minutes. If you didn't hear it, then that's a different matter.
Well, that's a look at your primetime news bulletin here on Channel 1 MTV. I'm Krishni Panditharatna.
And I'm Shamir Rasuldin. To keep yourself up to date with regard to all the stories that we're following right here on News First, log on to www.newsfirst.lk or www.ethale.com. Take care and good night.